Enough already! Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 shows we secretly wish would be canceled.
Yeah, okay, that's good. I'll let you in on a little secret. Originally, we were painted nude.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at the TV shows that many feel have run their course or find irritating enough that they wish they'd just go away. We'll only be talking about scripted programs though, so no reality or talk shows. Number 10, NCIS.
I want to make amends. Believe me, I do.
Then do what's right next time.
Short for Naval Criminal Investigative Service. This procedural investigation show follows, as its name states, a group of investigators who look into crimes related to the United States Navy.
Do you know what a rarity this is? A hybrid vehicle exploding because of a faulty battery?
Contrary to what you might think, the creators have so far managed to stretch this setup across over 14 years and into several spin-offs, to the point where there have probably been more naval crimes committed on TV than in the same number of years in real life. Along with the increasingly incredulous premise, many prominent cast members have departed, and while the chemistry between the characters remains fine, it's nowhere near what it once was.
I'm still waiting on my guys from across the pond. They don't work quite as fast as we do.
For good reason. You want speed or do you want accuracy?
Number 9, The Fairly OddParents.
Oh, maybe I should have gone with a chew toy.
After 10 seasons, it's not a stretch to think that this long-running Nickelodeon cartoon about a young boy and his mischievous fairy godparents has likely lost some of its magic. Fans are divided on exactly when the quality began to turn, but most agree that the show is not as good as it used to be, thanks to the extraneous characters and a drop-off in the degree of zaniness.
You can say that again.
Funnily enough, the show was originally meant to end in 2006, but returned after a hiatus less than 2 years later. With about a decade since its return, many are wishing that the Fairly OddParents hadn't overstayed their welcome.
Guys, Sparky destroyed the city. I need you to poof it back to normal.
We can't. Sparky buried our wands.
Like I said, in the zone.
Number 8, Modern Family.
Claire has an incredible work ethic. She's like a young me.
Oh.
Young me was our accountant from Korea. Died at her desk.
While Modern Family began as a fresh, contemporary take on modern extended families, this mockumentary sitcom has had fans feuding over its merits in later seasons. As the show has gone on, it's been criticized for trying to do too much in its episodes, as well as for having shallow character development, trite dialogue, and just spinning its wheels creatively.
Some boys need a little help, but not all boys.
Overall, plenty of viewers are hoping that the Pritchett-Dunphy-Tucker clan story can wrap up sooner rather than later. If nothing else, that way we might finally learn who's behind the camera.
Learning how to handle disappointment and overcoming adversity, that's part of the reason I am where I am today.
Number 7, Family Guy.
You guys all think you're so much better than me.
Oh, Meg, that is the least fancy thing I have ever heard.
Are we still lucky there's a Family Guy? Many argue that the long-running adult animated sitcom has seen better days. While its reliance on cutaway gags has always been polarizing, some argue that the show as a whole has become formulaic, with its characters becoming pale imitations of themselves with few redeeming traits, or else behaving in whatever way the plot needs them to.
I'm just gonna do it, okay? I'm just gonna point my gun straight at his head before he even knows what's going on. Kinda like this?
Others feel the series' humor has become too politicized to be enjoyable. Family Guy was rescued from cancellation once before, but given its apparent decline in quality, who knows if fans would fight as hard were it to happen again.
What is this?
It's a petition to force that hot mom to wear something appropriate at PTA meetings.
Oh, thank God.
Number 6, SpongeBob Squarepants.
Go on back to the Krusty Krab and enjoy yourself.
Okay.
With over 200 episodes and running even longer than the Fairly OddParents as of 2017, this show about an anthropomorphic sponge and his sea creature friends who live at the bottom of the sea has experienced what many consider a significant decline over the years. Most agree that following its first movie and the departure of the show's creator, Steven Hillenburg, in the mid-2000s, The characters have seemed to become defined by a single trait.
These quarters smell sad. You're not planning on getting a refill with him, are ya?
Like they were basically turned into exaggerated versions of themselves, some to the point of being rather unlikable or outright awful. Although Hillenburg has since returned, it might be too little too late.
You making meatballs, Grandma? Time for dinner already?
Number 5, The Big Bang Theory.
Put it anywhere you like.
Okay, but you may feel some discomfort.
This show may have become one of American TV's top comedies, but it's far from being universally beloved. The Big Bang Theory follows a group of nerdy scientists and their various love interests and friends. Despite the show's apparently strong nerd cred, many younger viewers have accused the show of pandering, while also reinforcing stereotypes about geek culture.
So it's settled. The fate of Doctor Who's TARDIS will be decided by a Game of Thrones-inspired deathmatch on the battlefield of Thundercats versus Transformers.
The humor, or lack thereof, has also drawn significant criticism, with many clips popping up online with the laugh track removed to demonstrate how unfunny it is. Given all that, it's not too difficult to unravel the mystery of why some might want to see The Big Bang Theory canceled.
Use the Force, Sheldon. Use the Force.
Number 4, Supernatural.
I killed Hitler. I think that entitles me to free drinks for the rest of my life. I'm gonna get t-shirts made.
Not everyone wants this wayward son to carry on. Supernatural is a fantasy action horror show about two brothers and their travels across America, battling supernatural forces of every conceivable variety. While the show is still entertaining, most viewers agree that the series peaked in season 5 with an apocalyptic showdown that was reportedly meant to be the show's conclusion. The departure of creator Eric Kripke as showrunner following this season didn't help, and since then the show has felt like it's been mining familiar territory, trying to recapture the same kind of emotional and narrative stakes it once had.
Take these. And one day, when you find your way back, let these be your guide.
Number 3, Teen Titans Go.
We do not like the torture.
Yeah, that looks super uncomfortable.
After the success of the original Teen Titans, a show that blended teen comedy with superhero action, many were eager for a continuation. However, this spin-off was not what many fans expected or wanted. Teen Titans Go lacks any continuity with its progenitor, despite sporting the same cast, and is now an ostensibly comedic series.
It's lunchtime.
The characters themselves also bear little resemblance to their prior versions, and are instead more like parodies of themselves, with their worst or most annoying traits played up for laughs. Although viewers would probably prefer the show had never existed in the first place, now we're sure they'd settle for it just being gone instead.
No more dookie jokes! We do smart people comedy from now on!
Number 2, Grey's Anatomy.
You can say no, but I will badger you until you say yes.
Yes.
This long-running primetime soap opera medical drama is officially on life support. Like other similar shows about doctors that have come before it, Grey's Anatomy has featured a high turnover rate among its cast, so much so that few of the original characters remain.
Don't make jokes. I was scared.
Don't be scared.
In addition, a number of viewers and critics have become weary of the show's tendency to use overly dramatic or emotionally manipulative storylines in a ploy to garner ratings, to the point where threatening to stop watching is a running gag in the fan community. Overall, the prognosis doesn't look good for this once buzzworthy show.
Will everyone stop doing that? I want his eyes to work because they're his eyes.
Before we get to our top pick, here are some honorable, or in this case, dishonorable mentions.
I can't imagine what would drive a parent to do something like this.
If he's mentally or chemically imbalanced, a tragic, life-altering event could have been the trigger.
Why did you show them the pictures?
I didn't.
You said the FBI could find him.
Terrence Reynolds was shot. Why?
In my opinion, all police procedures were followed.
Number 1, The Simpsons.
Stop it, Homer! Some of that meat is me.
Yeah, is anyone really surprised by this one? The Simpsons is an iconic animated sitcom that's been on the air nearly 30 years, so it's basically a television institution. In spite of its storied history, Huge swaths of viewers feel that the show is not as funny or fresh as it used to be, with some believing that it began a downward spiral as early as the 10th season.
What the hell are you talking about?
You're a lifesaver, Homer. I can't deal with these hardcore fans.
Although the show's general lack of continuity makes it accessible to casual viewers, it's made it difficult for longtime fans to remain invested. Bottom line, we all love The Simpsons, but not all of us love it as it is now.
Look, it's been fun and all, but I miss indoor plumbing.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.